Hey guys, what's up? It's Tyler again. This is part 2 to my 11 weeks / ridiculously eventful day. As for the rest of my eventful day, okay, so check this. I'm in t-shirt and shorts. It's the 26th of December, and it was 70 some odd degrees out. Like, I think it was like 75, 78 today during the day. It was ridiculous. Texas weather is out of control, and it's still 70 some odd degrees out there right now. I guess there's a cold front or something coming through. They said that there's a pretty good possibility of hailstorms later, so whatever. Put the car in the garage. Life is good. Okay, so I woke up. I woke up this morning. My alarm went off at 9, and I didn't make it to bed. I've been having like really bad. What do they call it where you can't sleep at night? I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, I didn't get to bed. I didn't get to sleep until like 5:30 this morning. Part of that's because I got a wicked Vizio 32-inch HD LCD TV for Christmas. And prior to that, the TV I'd had that for 11 years. It didn't even have stereo sound input, okay? That's how old this thing is, and I've been playing my PS3 on it. And I hooked my PS3 up to my new TV last night, and I was like, oh. So that may be part of it. Insomnia. There we go. So anyway. Okay, so my alarm went off at like 9:45, and I was like, yeah, no. So I slept right through that, and then my alarm went off at noon, and I got up. So then I drove the 2 hours to go see Sam. And unfortunately, this may be the last time I get to see her before she comes home on the 7th or the 8th. And I'm not digging on, 2 weeks of not seeing her. That sucks. So anyway, I get there, and I guess it was her parents' anniversary today or tomorrow or something. So not too long after I got there, they left to go on their little overnight anniversary trip or whatever. So we're sitting around doing whatever, and I mentioned that I've been battling dysphoria pretty bad, right? So I get on YouTube, and I have a couple comments. One of them is something about, the average guy can only do 2 pull-ups. And Sam says, well, you're not exactly the average guy. And because I'd been battling with, myself lately, I took that the completely wrong way. Like, I just looked at her like, really? Are you serious? Did you just say that? And like, I started, in my head, I almost popped off with some awful things. But I kept my mouth shut. And I guess the look on my face, told her that I just took that the absolute wrong way. And so, she meant it to be really sweet, and me and my issues ruined a perfectly sweet moment, so that just made me even madder at myself. Oh, Lord. And then, okay, so Sam's got a little brother, right? He's 12. And he would not leave us alone all day. He's a really good kid, but he's sheltered as can be. I mean, he's totally religious, sits around reading his Bible all day. We went to go get dinner, Burger King, and he starts praying before we eat Burger King, and that's something I can't get used to, is the way they pray before meals. I sit there quietly and put my head down and be respectful, but it takes so much not to laugh. Oh my God. And I know that's awful of me, but whatever, it is what it is. So anyway, this kid's pretty sheltered and not very socialized because he's homeschooled. He's been homeschooled for quite a while now, and he doesn't have a whole lot of kids his age, so socially he's a little behind. And so he's really jealous of me taking Sam's attention. He wants to be the center of attention. And, that whole, brothers don't like their sisters' boyfriends. Period. I can accept that. I can deal with that. So because he doesn't have the social skills, he doesn't know that, he can pull me aside and be like, look, dude, if you hurt her, I will kill you. That whole brother speech. So instead, he just, he imitates everything I do. Like when I give her a hug or whatever, he'll come up and give her a hug and, way dramatic, kiss all over her and whatnot. And that's the other thing. He's dramatic as can be. It drives me nuts. And he's so hyper. He's a good kid, but oh, goodness. And I just can't wrap my brain around it. I mean, he asks before he gets a snack. He asks before he gets something to drink out of the refrigerator. He asks if he can play his Nintendo DS. I mean, I'm sure it's, you know, he's a good kid, but that was not me, and I can't wrap my brain around it. But anyway, so I'm not real sure what was going on, but he popped off with some comment about, why don't you say that in your real voice? And I had already been having issues with this all day. Sam had already made her comment, and I had already taken that wrong, and I was still trying to, you know, get my mind out of that train of thought, you know, self-hating, loathing type stuff. And then he's like, you know, or you're a girl, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I got scared. I thought he knew for a second. I was like, oh, game over. And so I'm just getting madder and madder by the minute. And somehow, being 12, the topic of balls comes up. And he said something about, like, kicking mine or something or whatever so that they wouldn't work anymore. And at this point, I'd had enough. And I just looked at him and I go, even if you did, I'd still have more than you. And that was really, really wrong. I mean, that was straight cold. And I knew I had messed up right then and there, but luckily Sam understood what was going on, and she wasn't real mad at me. So as if that's not enough events for one day, you know, Sam's on her pain medication, so she's in and out of consciousness, and she pretty much just lays on my lap while she's sleeping, which is totally fine with me. So I get on her computer and I get on MySpace, and I have a message. Okay, nothing new. You know, I don't check my MySpace much because it's totally jacked up right now and I need to go make a new one. But anyway, so I open it up and it says, "Hey, is this birth name? This is Jessica. Blah blah blah. You know, her half sister, also my cousin, was like, you know, I've been talking to her and my sister says you're living in Denton, so am I, blah, 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 we should get together." And I'm just like, oh, shit. You've got to be kidding me. Because I haven't seen her in 4 or 5 years, maybe. You know, she never lived real close, so just didn't see her much. Plus, she lives with her mom, who is my uncle's ex-wife, and so her mom is not a fan of our family and blah blah, family drama, whatever. So I called my sister and I was like, hey, look, I'm freaking out. What do you suggest I do? And she's like, well, I'm at work. I'll have to call you later. So I calmed down a bit and I was like, you know, hey, yeah, this is me. How did you find me and what are you doing in Denton? You know, I assume you're going to school. And then I gave her my cell phone number to get a hold of me. So, I mean, I'm really nervous about it, but it could be a blessing in disguise. You know, I could tell her what's up, and she could go run her mouth to her mom and her sister, and word could just kind of spread through the family so that I never really had to come out. I know that's the pussy shit way of doing it, but damn it, I don't want to have to come out to all of them. I got a lot of family. That's a lot of splaining to do. And then on the flip side of that, it could be equally damaging. You know, she could spread it through the family and it could go bad, you know, such as the nature of coming out. It's going to go well or not. So I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and get together with her and test the waters a little bit. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I guess I keep kicking my tripod. But anyway, I guess that's, you know, we'll see. You know, I made that video about the pull-ups and push-ups and stuff, and that video seems to be really well received, and I'm getting a lot of questions about workout-related stuff. And, you know, I don't have any certifications, but I've been in sports my whole life and into working out for quite a while, and I know enough biology to, you know, talk a little bit about it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and turn that into, like, the first installment of a series, and just make a whole bunch of videos about, you know, working out and tips and how-to and suggestions and stuff. So if you've got something you would like to see me, you know, put in one of those videos, let me know, because I'm not real sure, you know, what everybody wants to know or, you know, what to make videos of. So, you know, send me a message on here on YouTube, or hit me up on Yahoo Messenger. My screen name's on my main page. But I guess that's about all I've got for y'all, so I'll catch you later. Bye.